Drifter, written by Jim Mintz.
Lucius Varro felt different after witnessing the execution, almost as if he no longer had control of himself. The world had changed. The sun was shining and the sky was blue, but this was a cruel trick, the boy thought. The sky should be dark, because that is how I feel. It should be raining. I want to have rain on me. I want to feel the cold of the water. I want to feel anything other than the feeling that I feel right now. The boy was little. The feelings were loud for a boy that small, the entity realized. This boy's first exposure to trauma. The sight of a decapitated body was an anomaly. This boy, up until that point, had been shielded from such violence. "Lucius, come. The spectacle is over," his father instructed. Lucius followed his old man back to the warehouse. The broom was waiting for him as it rested against the entrance doors. His father entered and continued his stocktake. Lucius swept the grain as it piled up against the skirts. There was a nagging feeling. The soldier had no head. Lucius had once seen his cousin's doll have its hair pulled off. Lucius was reminded of this. "He's traumatized," thought the entity as it nestled inside Lucius's brain. The entity did not take charge completely, for the boy was young and his mind was easily influenced. Instead, the entity wanted to feel what the boy felt. The boy was scared, but not in the usual sense. The sense of fright emerged from a heightened distress that people end. This was a foreign concept for the boy up until now. Where is the soldier now? Is he in paradise? The boy wondered. He continued to sweep, but his arms grew heavy. The entity sensed the presence of the father standing close by. The father was observing his son and growing agitated at the drop in effort. The entity was wary of the boy being struck. The boy was easy to control. The entity took hold of the boy's arms and began to sweep faster and with more rigor. The father observed in silence. Satisfied after a short while, the father moved on, but not before imparting misguided wisdom to his son. "That's what happens in life, boy. One day you're here and one day you are not. So do the best you can while you are here," the man said as he walked off. The boy's will pushed the entity out of control, reclaiming his mind. He was disappointed in his father for being so cruel. The boy wanted his mother. The boy wanted to be embraced. The entity was tired of traveling from body to body. It feared a beating that it could sense was a common occurrence for the boy. The entity pushed the boy into a semi-conscious state and took control of all of his senses. It continued the sweeping of the grain so that the father was satisfied and left him alone.